Beautiful Mayday, with Daddy you will stay. And if a human tries to harm you, I'll simply say, because you're Daddy's girl. Ever since she was born, I've wanted to protect my little ghoul. So I created a place where all monsters could be safe. From them!
Humans hate us. They're vicious, and they're very loud.
Welcome, everybody, to our review of Hotel Transylvania.
I'm not laughing.
I know no one is. Just let me have this opening joke, please.
No.
Oh, fuck you. Hello again, everyone, and we are here today to talk about Hotel Transylvania.
You're still doing it.
I'm gonna do it the whole review.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. But we are here today to talk about Hotel Transylvania, which is the newest animated feature from Sony Pictures, the guys who did Ice Age. But this is also the directorial debut of Genndy Tartakovsky, who's done shows like Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, Symbiotic Titan. I mean, the dude's amazing, and he's finally now gotten to do his first movie with this. And I was really excited going in for this, but Trevon, let's talk about you guys and how you felt going into this.
I thought it was gonna be okay. I wasn't really gonna shit talk it or anything. I mean, I thought it was I had a good attitude. I thought it was gonna be cool. I was open after Paranorman. I really opened my vision to a lot of the new movies coming out, even if they're not for us. But I mean, they're still pretty good.
You never know when you're gonna be surprised. Trey?
I went into this expecting it to be crap because, well, there's a lot of factors adding into that.
Would you like to explain?
Like, I was tired and everything because I got off work and stuff.
And here I thought you were gonna say it's because Adam Sandler and it's his crew.
We didn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's think about the last time, like, Adam Sandler was in an animated movie. Like, when I first saw the trailer, I saw Adam Sandler as Count Dracula. What's the first thing you think I thought of? I thought Count Dracula was going to come in and be like, "Oh, welcome to my castle! Isn't this wonderful?"
That was awful, man.
Hey, Crazy Nights, you actually love that movie, and you know it.
Your impression.
You think you could do better? Oh, I need the voice. I couldn't. Imagine the whole movie, like, if the voice of Count Dracula was that.
Huh?
Imagine the whole movie if the voice was that. Welcome to my castle.
Then I probably would have shit.
I probably would have left. Just like, welcome to my castle. Me, fuck this.
I would have stayed.
But there's definitely a lot of factors that go into what made this a surprise. The story's pretty simple here. Dracula is trying to throw a 118th birthday party for his daughter Maybe, who Wynn wants to fuck the shit out of.
I would too. That sounds wrong, but it's actually no. I'll leave that for your interpretation. Yeah, she's good.
She can suck the blood out of me anytime.
I'm telling you, she can.
It's her 118th birthday, and overprotective daddy Dracula wants to throw her a big bash at his castle, which he opens up once a year for her birthday to all monsters to take seclusion from humans, who, unlike most movies where the monsters are painted as the bad guys, the monsters are just misunderstood in this. They're actually all really nice people, and every time they see a human, they get the pitchforks and the torches thrown right at them, so they're actually scared of humans.
Yes.
But and that's your simple plot. Everything's going great, everything's fine, until they start to throw in the stereotype of white people of we will explore anywhere, no matter how scary or terrifying it actually is.
That's a stereotype.
Have you watched horror movies in the last 5 years?
I don't care.
It's always white people.
Yeah, we're stupid.
It's always white people.
Yeah, I agree, we're stupid.
And this kid's just like, oh, I just followed a bunch of mummies and found this castle. Would you look at that? Weren't you scared of them?
That'd be
no.
That'd be me.
Yeah, so a human comes into the castle, and Dracula, of course, is like, "Oh fuck," and of course, you can assume from there, a bunch of humor ensues with fish out of water type jokes and stuff like that. But I think the key for me that made me really like this film is just all the creativity that was put behind it.
I agree, and the kid likes 118-year-old ass.
You're the one that likes 118-year-old ass.
Any day of the week.
But there's, like, you can just tell which in each frame, like, within each frame of this movie, just the overflowing amount of creativity that was put into this film by everyone involved.
Oh, it's so well done.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, this is directed by Jenny Tartakovsky, who's a really skilled animator, and
he's funny.
Yeah, he's really funny. He knows he has a very good sense of humor. He has a very fast-paced sense of humor, and
you know you're funny when you can make me laugh over like cream cheese or something stupid. I mean, it's
cream cheese, not cream cheese, not cream cheese.
I don't care. You know I'm just.
but that's what I'm talking about. Like this movie really goes out of its way to be creative, where most kids' films like this don't.
I agree.
Like,
it's one of the best ones since Paranormal that's come out so far in a long time. I mean,
and like the other wonderful thing about it is that there's so much creativity put into it. I mean, just even in the animation, you can tell the obvious influence that he had with this is like he wanted to go into this with the Looney Tunes style, where he wanted everything fast paced, he wanted it crazy, zany, he wanted the animations to look outlandish. He didn't want it looking realistic, where probably 5 out of another 5 directors who probably got this project would have done.
Right.
But he really gave it a fast sense, like a fast, zany pace that kind of kept the movie going even in its slow parts.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's one of those movies that you kind of want to go back and see again just because you want to see everything that you missed the first time because there's so much going on.
I don't know about that, but it was definitely, everything in the movie made you feel great. I don't think there was a dull part. Like, there wasn't a part where I could say, oh, that was really slow and dumb. I couldn't, because it was all fun and fast and uplifting. Mm-hmm. Even though some things in it were pretty depressing. I mean,
yeah.
It all worked out.
But it's all for story elements, and right. It leads to, and it's handled very well. Where some films like this year, when they've tried to do their here's the heartfelt, depressing moment, they've just kind of fallen flat on their face. This film, it could have done it better, admittedly, but it still did a very good job with it.
Yeah.
At first, it kind of stumbled, but then there's something that comes within later in the film that kind of brings everything around that actually gives it a really good heart to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that I really liked about the film is that if you love old school monsters and you know the mythology of old school monsters,
really.
You are going to fucking love this movie because it is going to play right for you.
It has everything.
There are so many jokes just tailor-made for horror movie fans about how these monsters work, how common human perception of some monsters is outlandishly wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just it's a really interesting film, and I'll get to my next point. But Trevon, you've been really quiet so far.
I really have nothing to say. I just thought,
if you don't, I do.
Overall, it was a good movie, and I did like the monsters and how they interpreted the fears and horrors of them and how humans react to them and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was funny how as you guys said that the monsters feared the humans because of how they perceived them.
Right.
So that's really all I have to say. I mean,
mm-hmm. I think the other thing that actually I'll get to this point. When you want to go on?
Yeah, there's a few things that stuck out about me about this movie. Little do you know, at the end when we were all sitting in the theater, I mean the credits started to roll and then it showed
that
all
credit sequence.
Yeah, that was cool.
That credit sequence is awesome.
Yeah, and it started to roll the list of voice actors for this movie, and I had no idea it was any of these people.
It's the whole Adam Sandler crew.
But I didn't see the trailer. I didn't see any of this. I didn't see Adam Sandler coming, Andy Samberg. I didn't even know through the whole movie. I never would have guessed.
It's the whole Sandler crew with
David Spade, CeeLo Green. What? It's just a
Kevin James. Like
I never would have known.
Yeah, it's the whole Sandler crew, and for the first time in years, someone actually came in, slapped the shit out of all of them, and actually made them like instead of being like we're all crazy, they found a way to actually give them and like make all of them give an honest voice performance that wasn't over the top, and it ended up only helping the film. I mean, Sandler voicing Dracula,
I couldn't tell one bit.
Not only that, but his voice kind of sold the message of the film and how well he did it. He was so human towards his daughter that you actually felt for the guy.
Yeah, I hear that.
But. And just that factor alone and how they were able to tone down that whole crew, especially after some of the shit that they've put out in the last year or two. I mean, we can go on about Jack and Jill and what was that one that came out this summer that was just abysmal?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
My Something's Boy or something like
That's
that.
My Boy.
Yeah, oh, my boy. Dear.
Yeah. After those pieces of shit, Sandler needs this.
Yeah.
He needs... I don't know if, it was a voice director that just slapped him.
It's for the kids. So little do we know that,
yeah,
it's not for the older appealing, like his usual movies would be.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
But the thing that makes it really well is that it does have jokes catered to adults.
Yeah, it does.
An older audience. That's something that Tartakovsky in every one of his shows does very well.
Yeah.
But that's not. I unfortunately did have a couple minor complaints about this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like. This goes up to one of my biggest pet peeves about kids movies is that, of course, they have to end it in a song that has every character dancing and singing.
That was good.
And it wasn't as bad as most are, but that still is a major pet peeve of mine when you can end the film. Good. Yeah, but it's just a major pet peeve of mine. When you can end the film, but instead...
I disagree. I think it would have been worse if they did it wrong, but they did it right.
I agree. I mean, that's just a really huge pet peeve of mine, where it's just like, all right, well, the film's
Is
done.
It a pet peeve of yours? I wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah. Thanks.
But Lorax isn't any example.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But there's that, and, there's also, this is a kid's movie. You can tell where the story's going to go almost at every turn. I wish there was just a teeny bit more creativity put into the story at some parts, just so it would maybe, throw us for a loop.
I can see why you say that, but I still thought it was cool.
Yeah, but that, like I said, those are minor complaints.
Yeah, general well done story, but I can see why you say that.
Yeah, and, it also makes me think about the fact that what this could have been, because Tartakovsky is the 6th director brought in on this movie.
No,
he was brought in last year, looked at the script and said, this is it? The fuck I'm doing this, and rewrote the whole thing within a month.
Which is good.
And you can tell. But I don't know if... Do you guys really have anything else to say about this? Because I know I'm done. Trevon?
No, we're done. Let's sum it up. We don't want to drag on too much with it. Mm-hmm. We've said everything that's really need to be said, I think.
Yeah.
So.
I think, honestly, and this might be... some people might say this is a little crazy to say, but I don't. I think this is a new Halloween classic, along with Paranorman this year.
Yeah, Paranorman's great. I think this goes with it, in a sense of... For enjoyment.
Yeah.
Watching
and, this goes along the lines of, all those great kids' horror movies like Nightmare Before Christmas and Mad Monster Party as just movies that are fun to watch around the holidays. Not scary movies, but just fun, entertaining movies.
I think I'm definitely getting this when it comes out.
Oh, I will.
I will, too.
Yeah, it's a high full price for me.
Yeah, me too. Definitely high full price.
Mm-hmm. Trey?
Full price.
All right. Well... I'm trying to think.
Well, we were surprised, so that's how we...
Yeah. Well done, Adam Sandler. You actually didn't make a piece of shit. Well done.
Well done.
You are coming with us!
I'm scared!
Oh! Why did that hurt me?
Out of the way, Grandpa!
Stay away from my daughter!
I think your dad's really starting to like me. Hi.
Hotel Transylvania.
Now go and never return.
Wait, never return to the hotel?
What? Well, I just used my powers to erase your memory. I looked straight into your eyes.
Oh, maybe it's the contact lenses.
The what?
Here, let me just try and get them out real quick.
Oh, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Almost got it.